The enlargement process is a strategic priority for the European Union, for the European Commission, for all our member states. The changed geopolitical situation in the world has just contributed to that. And having this region on board as part of the European Union in a reasonable period of time is actually continues to be our priorities. The success of Montenegro and the success on the process of any of the other candidate countries, or anyway countries of the region that are involved in the process, is also the success of the European Union. Montenegro objectively is the front runner. All the packages of sanctions that have been coming over the years against Russia and Belarus as a consequence of the invasion of Ukraine. And this is something that, again, we are very grateful and puts Montenegro on our side on those matters as well. There was yet another intergovernmental conference which went through, analyzed the situation when it comes to a specific chapter, quite crucial to the internal market, public procurement, which should bring eventually, once the rules are fully applied and once Montenegro will be part of the European Union, more openness, more transparency, better rules when it comes to public procurement. So in that respect, it's a very positive step forward, and it's not, hopefully, the last one. More will come. Now, of course, what is ahead? I think it is undeniable that there is so much work to be done, and that the timeline, the agenda, is so tough. It will require an incredible amount of work. And actually, do not forget that at the end of the day, the process is merit-based. This is the most important thing at the end of the day, because, you know, the geopolitical situation may be as it is, but member states, our member states, will not allow that things go through or proceed further if the conditions, also the technical conditions in the different chapters, are not met. It's not only a political, arrangement. Far from that. The process did slow down at the beginning of this year. There were political issues. There was a turmoil within the parliament. The progress was delayed on some chapters. The chapters were not closed. The process is very much dependent anyway on the domestic situation and to what extent there is a consensus. So, if that consensus is lacking, there will be no progress. By saying that the whole process is merit-based, it means that Montenegro needs to negotiate. And so when it comes to any chapter that has been negotiating so far and that will be negotiated in the future, this will be the rule that you have to expect, that there is no leniency as such. Therefore, again, the rules are the rules, the benchmarks are the benchmarks, and those benchmarks need to be implemented, applied, enforced before accession. Another element maybe of a general nature that should be also emphasized is that it is, we don't say closed in our jargon, although indeed the chapter is closed, but in fact it is provisionally closed, and nothing is agreed at this stage. Everything will be agreed at the end, when everything will be wrapped up, and we will see to what extent all the conditions and the rationale for closing the chapters over time are still there and are still respected. So it means that it is a provisional closure, and I don't think it has happened so often in the past.